Hi everybody, Cindy Lemke here from the Hemet San Jacinto Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we are interviewing the candidates for both Hemet and San Jacinto. And today we are here for the city of Hemet with Mr. Miguel Madrid, and we're so glad that you carved out some time to be with us. We appreciate you. I'm going to ask you the same 6 questions that we ask all the candidates. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Number 1. What do you believe to be the top 3 most pressing concerns to the business community in our valley?
To begin with, I believe that the city of Hemet, as some other cities, in order to grow, they have to review all of the policies that are structured to keep for the businesses to come in here. Right now, I've talked to several people as they come up to City Hall, and one of the main things they're talking about is how difficult it is to get a license for a business here. So one of the things that I'd like to do is I'd like to review what policies we have in place and see if there's anything that we can make change to make it easier to have businesses here in Hemet. The other thing, I think Hemet is limited in the amount of businesses that we can get in here because we don't have a freeway coming through town. So we have to do probably a better job than some of the cities that do have freeways going through there, so we can get new business in here. And if we get the new business in here, that means the taxes will be lower. We won't have to be talking about taxes. So that's what I would think about it.
All right, very good. Number 2, do you believe the city's budget process should budget expenses to meet revenue goals or adjust revenues to meet budget and spending priorities?
Like any budget now, if you plan things right, even if you have to cut in certain areas, you need to look at how to use the money effectively for the city. It's not the fact that if you have a lot of money, it's not a problem. But with the problem we have with COVID, some of the revenues are going to be down. So what you have to look at is you look at what are the priorities that we need to have the city run properly, and you work from there. You work the priorities, and if you have to make some cuts, you make the hard cuts. That's what the city council is supposed to do to protect the city and run the city. So,
as we know, combating crime requires effective cooperation between the police and the local residents. As a candidate, what do you believe is the responsibility of the local residents to combat drugs and violence in their own neighborhoods?
Good question. I've been a volunteer with the police department for some 7+ years. I've been in the city, we patrol the city, so I know some of the areas where we have some of the bigger problems, and most of those areas require a little bit more if you make interaction with the police in that particular community, and then you require a little bit more patrolling in those areas. But the main thing we require our citizens of Hemet to really be aware of what's going around them and take that information to the proper authorities so they can react to it.
Number 4, during these times of the COVID-19 pandemic, what role should elected positions play?
Well, the police department has the responsibility to protect our citizens out there. The fire department does the protection for the fire. As the city council, you report to the city council. So you have to make sure that if we are required to have masks, then we enforce that. Sometimes it's not going to be easy. Look at the way you lose business now because we can't go in and sit down and have a meal. But if that's the right thing, our job is actually to protect the citizens, do the best job we can for the citizens, and do everything possible that we can to protect them.
Number 5, if elected, how will you overcome or avoid the challenge or influence of special interest groups or people and still do what is best for our city and accomplish your goals?
Okay, I'm going to start out by saying that my running for city council is I have one primary interest, that's to make this city a city that you're proud to be in. I've heard people say, well, where are you from? And they say, well, I'm from the Valley. Not saying I'm from Hemet. We want to make Hemet a city that you're proud to live in. That you can say, I am from Hemet, and be proud to be here. And that'll take the working of not only myself, but the rest of the city council. Now, as far as special interests, let me say this. Right now, I do have small contributors. I started out in the city council, running for the city council District 4, by saying I'm going to finance my own committee. As I got into it, I find out that most of the candidates are being supported by major outside groups. Right now, I am supporting my candidacy by over 60%. Like I said, I do have small. So I don't have a business here, so I can't say that I'm doing anything to better my business. My only concern here and my only goal here is to make Hemet the city that you want to live in.
Last question. Tell us something you want the voters to know about you.
Okay, that should be easy.
Mm-hmm.
I've lived here in Hemet for over 21 years. I've lived in District 4 for over 21 years. I own my own home here, and I do volunteer work. I've been volunteering with the city for over 8 years in different things, and I think that's one of the things that we need in the city. I also am a Christian. I belong to a church. I do play several instruments, and what we do as charity work again, we go to some of the shut-ins and play for them. Now, because of COVID, we haven't been doing that, but we do that. I've been president of the recreation. It was a retirement club that we had here in Hemet, and our goal was to make camaraderie for our members here. And but one of the things we did is we ended up adopting one of our schools that was one of the smaller schools that was out. It was in the Hemet district, but it's Cottonwood School. Mm-hmm. And we adopted them for over 20 years. We provided them every Christmas with over 80, 90 gifts. Some of them all of the stuff was brand new. We provided 2 new bikes every year, and that was through the generosity of some of our members. By the way, not myself. We operated, and then with the rest of the community, I like to be part of the community, and like I said, I've been a vice president of the homeowners association where I live. Also, I've been treasurer, secretary, and membership chairman of our local golf course. So I believe in giving back to the city. And if the voters want someone that they know is interested in making the city better, I'm the candidate.
Excellent. So if they want to ask a few more questions or learn a little bit more about you, where would you direct them to go?
I have 2 phone numbers, 1 phone number and 1 email address that I can give. My phone number is 951-818-2874. I do have an email address. It's mmmadrid37 at gmail.com. And you can get me there. Most of the information that I post, the flyers and things that I put out, do have both those addresses, the address and the email. So I'd be glad to field any question that the voters from Hemet have for me.
Thank you again for your time. And don't forget to make your voice heard. Make sure you vote. And if you have any questions, the Chamber is here to help find those resources or get those answers for you. And make sure that you stay tuned, learn everything you can to make an informed decision, and vote.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.